Hi guys, so in today's video we're going to be talking about the proof of existence of God in philosophy and the problem of evil. So first we're going to talk about our first argument for the proof of existence of God is the ontological argument. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. I had Siri say it like 6 times. But anyways, this one was really easy. Well, not easy to understand, but easy to read for me, just how it was diagrammed out. But basically in this, they're talking about how God exists as an idea in our minds. Okay, so that's how he first was brought up, as an idea in our minds, because we can't physically see him. So once that thing that is in our mind actually exists, then anything that was in our mind starts to exist. It is greater than anything that is possible to exist in the world. So for God to be this perfect being that we are saying he is, he has to actually exist, because if he was just in our minds, then he couldn't be greater than anything else in this world. And that's what basically God's whole thing is about, is that he is a perfect being, and that is what the first argument for ontological about, is that God is a perfect being. And so for him to be that perfect being, he has to exist, so that way he can be greater than all things possible. So our next one is our cosmological argument. This was a little bit harder for me, simply because how it was just 3 big paragraphs. I really liked how it was diagrammed out, so I had to diagram it out myself. So basically in this one, they kind of go with science, which I really liked. They mentioned how whatever was put in motion had to be put in motion by someone that was in motion, basically. So what they're saying is God is the first mover, so God moved us first, which meant he was in motion to put us in motion. So if God wasn't alive to put us in motion, then there would be no us. We would not exist. We wouldn't be here. Basically, you have to have something that's in motion to put it in motion. So whatever's in motion stays in motion, is the one that I've learned from science. And so that's why it kind of intrigued me, because God's in motion, so he's going to stay in motion. So just like going back to the ontological argument, if he was only in our mind, then he couldn't put us in motion. He couldn't physically put us in motion, because if he was just in our mind, he wasn't in motion himself. But this argument kind of goes with the ontological argument, because since he's in motion, that means he existed. And since he was in motion, he put us in motion. So I really kind of liked how those two connected in my brain. The third one basically is, teleological argument is basically how it's intelligence. So we are led by this intelligence to lead us where we need to go. Some intelligent being exists because naturally we follow intelligence, and so that's how we end up to achieve where we need to be in the end. So basically in this, they're just talking about how there has to be someone above us with more intelligence than we do, simply because if you have this many people following you, or you have somewhere pushing people to go, then there has to be an intelligent being up there somewhere leading us to do this. And then now we're going to go on to the problem of evil. I was a little confused on this, but it kind of did connect in my brain because I read it first, and then I read the proof of existence of God, and they kind of didn't clash until I reread the problem of evil. So basically, I have it written down so I could read it from the paper, but an all-good, all-powerful, all-knowing God wouldn't allow evil to exist. Evil exists, and all good, all powerful, all knowing God doesn't exist. So basically they're just saying if God existed, that he wouldn't let all the bad stuff happen. But like one of my favorite parts in it was talking about cancer, where like you're suffering, but you also get to realize all this incredible, amazing stuff that our medical field gets to do, and you get to go do some stuff for your own life. And then if you beat cancer, that's amazing. And so only God lets you go through these things because he knew that you could handle them. And I think that's what this problem of evil and what people believe to be true about this is, how it's put together. But thanks, guys.